is Jussie Smollett was found guilty of faking a hate crime against himself.
Yes.
So this is an article from The Guardian, and it's the title is Jussie Smollett found guilty of faking a hate crime, and it says the Chicago jury, which deliberated for more than 9 hours, found Smollett guilty of 5 of the 6 charges he faced. So you know the whole situation last year, like with
I know some of
Jussie Smollett, or 2 years ago, I think it was now, where he basically had hired those 2 Nigerian guys. They pretended to beat the shit out of him. Jussie Smollett put the noose around his neck.
Yes.
Answered the door with the noose around his neck, and the cops spent all this money investigating.
Yeah.
All that shit. And
I know the ridiculous parts. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know everything, but I know the ridiculous parts of it. Like, it's funny how he could have done so much less than he did, and it would have been believable by everyone. Like,
yeah,
he hired. First of
definitely-
all, it's not even a race thing right now, but dude, he hired he wanted to stage. I know he wanted to stage some white supremacy type tactics, which I'm not saying doesn't happen, but if you want it to look like that, then hire two fat white guys from fucking South Dakota.
He wanted to stage
With a
white
big
supremacy. He wanted to stage white supremacy type tactics by hiring 2 black guys ripped with 8-packs.
It was like 2 black bodybuilders
from Nigeria. Like literally they were of Nigerian descent, the blackest of the black.
Yeah.
And if you see pictures of these guys, they look like bodybuilders. And
Yeah.
like you would think on the off chance that someone sees these guys, which ultimately they got found out, they were caught on tape buying the noose and other things that they use. You would think that on the off chance that someone saw these guys doing it, you would at least hire white guys. There would be so many white guys, especially in that Hollywood circle, that I'm sure if Jussie Smollett said, "Hey, I'm doing this performance art that's supposed to expose white supremacy, and I want you to beat the shit out of me and put on MAGA hats, and the whole thing is that we're gonna show how the black man can't even get a Subway sandwich at 3:00 in the morning in the middle of an Arctic freeze in Chicago." And there are people that would have been like, "Yeah, it's Jussie Smollett. It's a famous guy. 100%. I will, put on a MAGA hat and beat the shit out of him." So you would think that he would. Like, why for the only thing that you need for this plot to be somewhat successful is if you're gonna go and try to make this a thing, the one thing that you had to have was white guys. Like, even the noose you didn't need, the Make America Great Again hats you didn't need. You just needed white guys to pull this off.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't need any other details. You didn't have to dramatize it. He didn't even do that.
Yeah. That was the key piece.
Poor planning.
That was the key piece. Jussie, he's an actor, right?
Yeah, he acted on Empire.
You would think he had better insight into the props that he used, but apparently, I'll even believe the noose. Like, I'll believe the noose. But then you bring in the jacked black guys with 10 abs each. That's just, I don't know, man. You got to do better there. And then,
well, I like
both wearing the same hats.
I like the noose because you could even turn that into a porn style thing where instead of having a noose around your neck as sort of a racist act, Jussie Smollett could have said he was doing autoerotic asphyxiation and tied a noose around a door.
Yes.
And choke himself as he's masturbating.
Yeah.
And then as he's masturbating, these 2 white guys break into his house that are actually black from Nigeria.
Yes.
And threaten him and beat the shit out of him, like, as he's jerking off, and it becomes like this whole hate thing where they hate him because he's black and they're white, and it's this like this hatred, sexual tension building up, and then they just fuck.
Yes.
They start just fucking hard, and it's like make America hard again.
Yeah,
that's what you want. You want,
true.
and you could have turned that into a triumph. You could have turned that into a triumph for Black America, for gay America, like a biracial autoerotic asphyxiation Trump on liberal gangbang would have broken all the barriers in Hollywood and any, in any industry that he had an opportunity to autoerotic asphyxiate the racism out of America, and instead he chose to hire 2 black guys.
Yeah, but you could still email that plot to Pornhub if you want, and they might accept it. So
yeah, I mean,
it's not off the table. What you just said sounded very detailed, and it sounded like you've done something like that before. So you actually might know the ins and outs, and you can just email them. Right, I
want to be a screenwriter for porn. I want to write the storylines for porn. I feel like they're getting so stale, where it's the plumber comes into the house. The pizza guy answers the door.
Yes.
You need to start thinking outside the pizza box and do things like it's 2021, like there are gay gangbangs and biracial gangbangs going on. Like you gotta incorporate pop culture. Like at the time, Trump was a huge topic in the media because he was president. Saying a lot of controversial things. Like you use that energy in the porno and you channel that into sexual tension and just sexual energy, and that brings together the whole piece, because that's what I'm about as a porn director. I'm about using that and channeling what you have in pop culture. You don't have to like it, but you do have to use it. Yes. And that's how I'm going to get the most out of my actors on set.
Yeah. I think that would draw them in. You would have no issue with getting applicants.
100%. So the article goes on to say, U.S. actor Jussie Smollett, or as Dave Chappelle calls him, Juicy, which I kind of like. U.S. actor Jussie Smollett, known for his role on the TV show Empire, will return to court in Chicago in late January for a post-trial hearing, and will learn at a later date when he's going to prison, whether he is going to prison after being found guilty late Thursday of faking a hate crime against himself to raise his celebrity profile. Despite a gaggle of reporters and photographers at the courthouse clamoring for comment and pictures, Smollett strode past them without a word, despite other players in his 3-year legal saga stopping to give interviews. The Chicago jury, which deliberated for more than 9 hours, convicted Smollett on 5 charges of disorderly conduct. He was acquitted on a 6th count of lying to a detective, blah, blah, blah. The charges against Smollett, who is black and gay, and said he was drawn to the role of a black gay man in Empire because it was still relatively rare to see such a character on screen, had become a touchstone in America's culture wars at the intersection of culture, racism, politics, and celebrity. So again, like, I don't get it. Like, it's all joking aside, this guy was an actor on one of the most popular shows in America, one of the most popular shows in the world, which is Empire.
Yes.
99.9% of actors are just getting told no constantly. Like they're actors that are sucking dick just to get in a commercial.
Yeah.
And Jussie Smollett has a recurring role on one of the most popular shows in the world.
Yeah.
How many dicks?
Just today, I'll just keep it at over 5. I'm not going to say the exact number. So.
And that wasn't even for a commercial. That was just
normal. That was normal habits.
Part of your
morning,
workout.
So.
Yeah. So Jussie Smollett, he already has a high profile. So the fact that he wants to raise his profile is ridiculous. He's reached levels of acting that almost no other actor reaches in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
He was, decently well known.
Yeah.
He was on a show that was really well known. He could have just kept his head down, worked really hard, kept getting more roles. And instead of working on being an actor, he chose to do this hate crime or do this self hate crime, which ironically, the fake hate crime showed how bad of an actor he is.
Mm-hmm.
Because worse than the crime of committing a fake hate crime is the crime of overacting that he displayed.
Yeah.
He said that he was going outside in the middle of an Arctic freeze in Chicago at 2 a.m. to get a Subway sandwich. He's rich as fuck, so right there, that's the red flag. You call Uber Eats, you get Grubhub. Even someone who has low middle class income would not go out in the middle of an Arctic freeze to get food. They'd probably just make a peanut butter sandwich or whatever they have on them. So that's one right there. You have the guys who are committing the hate crime against you beat you up, which is believable, but then also put a noose around your neck, wearing "Make America Great Again" hats, and like screaming racist shit at you. I don't remember what he said they screamed at him, if they were actually like, yeah, fuck yeah, like this is for Trump, like what, yeah.
Yeah.
But that like I feel like that's not what most hate crimes are. Like Chicago isn't the Jim Crow South. A hate crime in Chicago would be probably like a quick drive-by beat up. Like you're a black guy walking home and like 3 white guys come by and like beat you up and take your wallet. They don't say, maybe they call you the N-word, they say something racist, but they don't linger. They're not beating you up and dressing you with symbols of slavery. Like they're not placing nooses on your neck or like like they're not taking your clothes off and putting you in an 1860s slave outfit. Like he was like, not only did I have a hate crime committed against me, but I also am wearing the things that slaves and people in the Jim Crow South were made to wear, like nooses and having, hiring these two. It was just the whole thing. Like it's almost it's almost more annoying that he went too far. He might have gotten away with it if he just did less.
Right.
Which is a good lesson in life. Like go farther by doing less. Next time you're going to fake a hate crime, don't hire 2 guys to beat the shit out of you and then put the noose around your neck and then still have it around your neck when you answer the door and the cops are there. Don't go on a hike in the middle of an Arctic freeze. Just like do the minimal hate crime. Like say some guys took your wallet and screamed the N-word at you, or like they they cornered you in an alley and fucking I don't know, jacked your sneakers, or fucking wrote called you a nickname. I don't know, but do less. I feel like he could have gone farther in the hate crime game by saying less and doing less. If his goal was to up his celebrity status, the one thing you can't do in Hollywood is try too hard. And Jussie Smollett broke that rule of trying too hard, being overeager, overacting. Like you could sense the desperation in this fake hate crime.
Yeah. Yeah, I think first of all, there's hate crimes that we're not minimizing hate crimes. Like they're constant and going around.
No,
Zach is.
No. Yeah, obviously.
No, okay. But they're you didn't even have to make a hate crime. Like they're rampant right now against certain populations, and this kind of just made a fucking joke of it, actually, because there have been Asian, Black, Hispanic hate crimes going around constantly around the country. One just recently I saw on the news against an Asian guy, and he now made it harder to tell if it is real now.
Yeah.
He didn't even need to do it. Now people are like, was that a Jussie Smollett incident? Were actors paid to go in the corner? I guess if you actually literally shoot a guy, then it is real. But now people are like, is that a real thing that just happened? Because when Jussie Smollett did it, he fucking paid people $3,000 and had them run out in the middle of the night and do this. So all he accomplished is making it now harder for detectives to know if it's a fucking real incident or not. That's all he did.
Yeah.
Which is fucking stupid.
Yeah. Now, yeah. If you were a black guy or a black woman that went to the police in Chicago around this time and said, "Yeah, this person committed a hate crime against me," and maybe because
you're like, does this smell like a Jussie Smollett incident, or is it
Jussie Smollett?
Or is it a real thing? Let's put it in the backlog.
But yeah, you're basically like Jussie Smollett gave people that are racist the formula to now commit an actual hate crime, because no one will believe the victim of it now. If
you can
if
now
two
literally
guys,
that thing he just had done. The replica of that can be real, and they'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, it's another Jussie Smollett. Two jacked Nigerian black guys choked someone out with a noose.
Yeah,
fuck it.
Like,
it's not real.
If you're a racist white guy, you can hire two black guys to go beat the shit out of another black guy and put a noose around their neck and have wearing "Make America Great Again" hats, and that black guy who's a victim of an actual hate crime literally can't go to the police because the police are gonna say, okay, yeah, please tell us what happened. I'm so sorry you went through this, and he's like, all right, well, these two guys, they beat the shit out of me, and well, they were beating the shit out of you. What were they wearing? They were both wearing "Make America Great Again" hats, and then they were holding a noose in their hand, and then the police officer's just like, yeah, what else were these guys from Nigeria too? Let me guess. What is your name? Bessie Jolie too? Is it's just like.
Yeah,
you made it harder for people to report an actual hate
made a joke
crime.
out of it. You made a joke out of it, which is, that's true. Now you can. That's the formula. Now you're right.
Yeah, and it said Smollett told police that he'd been assaulted on a darkened street by two masked men. According to Smollett, his assailants put a noose around his neck and poured chemicals on him while yelling racist and homophobic slurs and expressing their support for Trump. That's also the most unbelievable part of it. If someone's committing a hate crime, I feel like the last thing on their mind is expressing their... Also, let me get my political point of views across to this guy. I don't want him to just know that we hate him. I also want to use this as a platform to express my pro-Trump agenda and the reasons why I think he deserves to be in office. So it's like they were pouring chemicals.
They were like, oh fuck, wait, hold on, what was the line? Oh yeah, there it is.
Make America Great Again. Okay. Yeah. Wait, yeah, while I have you down here and while I'm putting the noose around your neck, can I also tell you the 3 reasons why America will benefit the most from building the wall? Okay, number 1. No, listen up. Take the noose out of your eyes. Listen up. I want you to look at me. You know, while I have you down. So it's like they didn't just beat the shit out of him and poured chemicals on him. They also were like, let's also get out there that we support Trump, and I want this guy to know that, you know, this is from Trump. Yeah, this is Trump country now. Chicago, the most liberal city in the United States, is Trump country. Yeah. No, it's not believable. It wasn't even believable. It could have been easy, but it wasn't. So yeah, he really fucked himself. Let's take a sip of coffee. Let's take a sip of coffee. And then move on to the next topic. Oh shit!
I'm a fast drinker.
You want to take?
I had a head start.
You want to decaf?
A little bit, yeah.
Want some decaf, dude?
I love my dog.
Yes, you do. Yeah, dude. Jussie Smollett, an overactor.
Yeah,
he showed how he's. It's not going to be because of the hate crime incident that he doesn't the fake hate crime incident that he doesn't get hired in Hollywood again. It's because they see this incident as an example of how bad of an actor he is, because a Don Cheadle could have pulled off this hate crime. Like a Don Cheadle could have pulled this off. Who else?
Don Cheadle would have been good. Denzel's a fucking beast.
Oh my god,
Denzel's a fucking beast.
Denzel would have sold the shit of it. It would have been like a training day scene where he hired 2 white guys and he had the blood packets on him and he was just like
getting out of the car,
getting out of the car, getting.
I run
sprayed.
This shit.
Yeah,
I run this town.
Yeah, I'm King Kong, motherfucker.
Yeah, that would have been a good casting.
Donald Trump ain't got shit on me.
And then they fucking light him up. A guy comes in a turret on a tank.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Don Cheadle could have pulled this off. Denzel
casting.
Washington.
Overall bad casting for that whole incident.
The guy who just passed away, who's in Black Panther.
Oh yeah, rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman could have pulled it. Yeah, like Jussie Smollett is an insult to the amount of skill that other black actors could have pulled off this fake hate crime with. That's honestly what pisses me off the most, is that he is giving a bad name to black actors. Not only is he giving a bad name to black people, but he's giving a bad name to black actors and actors in general, because good actor could have pulled this off.
Terrible casting.
So